Very good morning to you, Abuja. Welcome to Sports, of course, the sports segment of the weekend show. My name is Odiri Akpan. I love to start the show with an inspirational quote every Saturday. It's not just for me, it's for you. And of course, we learn a lot on the weekend show, trust me. But let's go straight to a renowned MMA female fighter. Her name is Chris Cyborg. And yes, she says, I'm already being used to being a target, so I'm building a castle with the stones people throw at me. It goes to talk about criticisms and how people actually take criticism and how you, of course, you attempt to do something, you fail at it, so you get up and you go again, you try again. Now, she's really big. She just signed for Bellator this week, so kudos to Chris Cyborg, and thank you so much for the inspirational quote this morning. Right, I'm not alone in the studio today. I've got Victor with me on the show. Victor, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Odiri. It's a pleasure to be striking alongside you as usual.
Okay, so we will start off quickly with basketball. Now, the 2019 FIBA basketball has been on since last week, and yes. So, did we build castles in the air when we said we're going to try and get a medal at the FIBA World Cup?
I think it would be unfair for us to expect much from the D Tigers. So what we're seeing right now is
Victor,
what
you're saying that the coach did not understand what he was doing.
No, we don't. No, firstly, you have to look at the expertise. We don't have the best of players, firstly, and we have issues surrounding our basketball. And let's be honest with ourselves: do we really have the basketball culture in Nigeria? No.
I think one day we should sit down and talk about what the ladies eat that the men don't
Look,
eat.
our sport is just like our economy.
The Tigers went to the World Cup and made a big splash.
See, the way we focus on petroleum, that's just the way we focus on football in our sport. Let's be honest here.
Okay.
Look at the players we have. Some of them are struggling to play regular at the NBA. For instance, Farouk.
Just Al Farouk, I mean, know that
Al Farouk just joined the
play.
Orlando team, and he's still finding it. I don't think he's going to start come this season. Josh Okogie, who is playing for Minnesota Timberwolves, is not irregular as well. So we don't really have the best of the former Golden State Warrior player, Udo. He plays in China right now. So we don't have the best of players. And you look at the organization, the Nigerian basketball.
And we had to borrow money to go for the World Cup.
That's just the problem.
Yeah.
So
people who win the World Cup don't borrow money. What is
you prepare for the World Cup, yeah.
Okay, we're still talking about that. But quickly before we move away from basketball, 2-3 favorites to win this particular edition. We actually, the Tigers actually defeated Korea 108-66 in the on Wednesday midweek anyways, and it was a record because it was the first time a non-African team was beaten by 42 points. So that's how they beat African teams at the World Cup. But then we're out of the main World Cup. We're now in the classification round. So in the 17-32 classification, yesterday we trashed Cote d'Ivoire. I knew we were going to beat Cote d'Ivoire
for sure.
Before it ended 83-66 or thereabouts.
Nnamdi Vicente recorded 15 points in that game.
Good one for him in that one. But let's talk about the favorites for the FIBA World Cup.
But unfortunately, I don't see the United States winning this World Cup. So I see the World Cup going to Europe.
United States went to the World Cup with their 5th best team.
Yeah.
Now, as in, how do you have the 5th team that you take to the World Cup? I don't get it.
I keep wondering, is it that the top players prefer the NBA to the World Cup? Because I feel that they see this tournament as because you watch the Olympics, they've been winning the gold medal back to back.
But I think the season that kicks off on October 22nd, I think the season, a lot of big stars moved and they feel that they need to stay back and settle in their new teams.
They want to keep themselves fresh for the season because this season is going to be intense. There's balance right now in the NBA. There's this huge strike of balance and all the top players want to keep themselves fit. The season will start October. Pre-season is on the way, and right now they are not chilling with their family.
Let's move away from basketball. Let's go straight into, of course, boxing. During the week, was it during the week? Thursday, yes.
Yeah.
We had what they call him now, Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua talking. Now you see Farouk Aminu talking in the background after Nigeria's game in that one. But let's go straight to boxing, okay? Now. This fight has been announced December 7th in Saudi Arabia. When it was first announced, Andy Ruiz Jr. came out to deny. He said he's not particularly aware that he will not be fighting. But we saw them have a press conference, and he came out to say a lot of things. Let's not even talk about it. Let's just listen to what they both had to say, both fighters.
So June the 1st. And as Andy's champion right now, that will last until December the 7th, until he has to put his titles in the air. And 2 warriors go to war, and the best man will walk out victorious.
I'm going to keep these belts, and I'm going to have them back in Mexico. But I'm really excited, man. December 7th, I'm going to make another history, and I'm going to win here the same fashion, the same way that I won June 1st. and I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So this fight is really interesting, but also we know breaking news. Oh, it just came to my knowledge that there was a wife for Joshua, but he's not aware yet. We'll talk about it later. But okay, so let's talk about the boxing. Okay, seriously, Joshua Ruiz, second chance for Joshua. Now, this is an opportunity for Ruiz to keep his belt. He said, talked about responsibility. People actually still underrate him, but I understand why. Because personally, I still think going into this December 7th fight, he's the underdog. That's Ruiz.
Yeah, for sure he is.
Okay, so let's go straight away from boxing. Let's hit you straight with tennis. The US Open has been on for some time, and you of course, the Serena Williams, she's into the final. She'll be up against Bianca Andreescu. Today is the final. This is a young woman who could probably look to take over from Serena Williams. Last time she was in this position, there was a lot of drama. Talk about Mary J. Blige and drama, or Blue Country if you like. There was a lot of drama in the final between Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka, and she's back in the final. I think every day Serena Williams is competing is an inspirational day for women around the world.
Yeah, most especially when she competes against the upcoming lads that are about to hit the game by storm.
Yeah.
But I see her winning this. Yeah, I see her winning.
You see her defeating Andreescu?
I see her because the last two Opens have not been that phenomenal for her. So I think she just needs to grab this and keep it
really
in the bag. Prepare for the Melbourne Open next year.
Okay, so let's go straight away from all this talk about sports, other sports, and let's go straight to football. We are we're a football-loving country, so let's focus on the football right now. And this week, on Tuesday, precisely on the 10th, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will take on Ukraine in a friendly game. And usually we use friendly games to bring in new players. We want to see departments where you have deficiencies. You want to bring in players, and we don't have a deficiency per se in the striking force, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
We had a shocking result, news, of course. Odiri has retired from international football, so we need strikers. But then we have strikers. Osimhen has been doing well, but then you can never have too much, can you?
Yeah, for sure.
The coach went on to invite Josh Maja from Bordeaux, and he's in the team. Basically, we don't know a lot about him, do we? What we know is he's 20 years old. He's a former Sunderland player. He's also a former Crystal Palace player. Now, we cannot say, oh, this is how Josh plays. This is how Josh doesn't play. He's skillful. I have seen it. But let's take a look at his performance so far at Bordeaux. He scored a goal for Bordeaux in that one. So looking at this, it's a good one, you think?
Yeah, I think the coach is high time we need to test run a lot of players in that team, because firstly, what makes a good team is the squad depth and the healthy competition that gives the coach headache. When you have players, 2-3 good players in every department, it makes your team tick. And if we have such a young lad in our team with the likes of Victor Osimhen, Rionyekuru, all of these guys, I think it's a welcome development for the Super Eagles.
Okay, welcome development for the Super Eagles. Someone said to me, you keep talking about experience. If you do not play the young lads, they will never get that experience that they need. So, away from the Super Eagles, we're going straight to the FIFA Ballon d'Or that was announced this week. Of course, we see that Ronaldo made it, Messi made it. Virgil van Dijk is also in the FIFA Best Men's Player Award for 2019. It's coming up this month in September. We also have the Women's Awards where we see Lucy Bronze there, Megan Rapinoe, and Alex Morgan all in on that one. But let's go straight away from there. We see them. There you go on your screen there. Still talking about football also. Let's look at the matches that were played during the weekend. We saw a lot of goals, beautiful goals scored, and they were really, really interesting ones. Jamie Vardy, for me, I would like to ask him what he was thinking about when he hit that shot. But let's take a look at the goals of the week.
Weghorst, Brekalo! Oh, how about that? Some Croatian class from Brekalo.
Henderson. Alexander-Arnold. Nick Pope's got to watch that. It's over him and it's in. Trent Alexander-Arnold puts Liverpool in front. Nick Pope expecting the cross. It was surely a cross. But it is
Over the top for Jamie Vardy. This is where he wants it. It's Jamie Vardy! What a goal!
Okay, there you see the goals. There were lots of goals scored this week in, of course, the English Premier League and of course all the leagues across the world. But everyone this week was talking about Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah. That was a talking point this week in football because Mane was absolutely furious with Salah after he failed to give him a pass. It was more like a diagonal pass he should have given to him. Then everyone starts bringing out the stats. Last season, Salah had 43 assists. Salah had just 23 assists. How selfish is Salah? I personally don't see the difference between 23, 25 and 43 being too much. Yeah. But then I think Salah needs to share a bit more because I saw it was really obvious. And I think I'm right. Arsenal legend came out to say that for Mane to get that angry, it's something that has been going on. You know, when you keep swallowing it, you keep keeping quiet about it, you just lost it.
It was like, you know, the first season Salah joined Liverpool. Yeah. The first season he joined Liverpool. Some people felt Mane was playing for Salah. And last season, after he had a terrific season with Liverpool, he got to realize that he's a top player as well. And he deserves to be that picture boy, the poster boy. And I think there's this clash of ego right now. But it happens in football. We see teammates, you know, having bust up here and there. It's part of the game. Everybody.
So the key to this one for Liverpool has to be how Jurgen Klopp handles this particular rift.
Yeah, I think he's going to handle the situation better because Jurgen Klopp is good at He's a good
Well, his reaction after the game wasn't so good as far as I was concerned. I think he should have done
the
better.
likes of James Mina came out to say it's part of the game, and I think they're going to settle this once and for all.
Okay, we have matches coming up today, tomorrow. We see Brazil up against Colombia. Talking about international friendlies, Brazil against Colombia. That was played already. I think let's go to today's games. Kenya against Uganda. But the big one everyone wants to talk about is Ukraine against Nigeria at the Dnipro Stadium in Ukraine. So we'll see how that pans out for us. And Tunisia taking on Ivory Coast also on Tuesday. So you know Nigeria is playing on the 10th of September. Thank you so much, Victor, for joining me on the sports segment of the Weekend Show. Of course, don't forget to follow us on our social media handles on Twitter at Weekend Show NJ. All right, it's back to Osesu. Should we add the new name? Yes. Osesu Joshua Igbenedion. Okay, so no. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you guys know the wife that Joshua does not know about. Okay, so Ina is coming up next. Social media trends. She is going to wow you. There's been a lot of talk this week. I'm sure she's got a handle on every single thing.